read this quote, and as I read it, I just felt electrified.
It's here. It's here.
With Rachie. I also just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm doing so much, which is awesome, but I also feel scattered because of it. I thought that it would be fun to do a brief makeup tutorial because I get a lot of requests for makeup tutorials. Any entrepreneur, when they launch something, if they tell you that they're completely confident in it, they are lying. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It is currently Tuesday evening and I just realized the sun has gone down, it's completely dark outside. I'm working with my one little desk light. I've just been working on so many different things today and I'm excited to launch a new vlog week because I feel the excitement in the air once again, but you know me, I'm like an optimist. I wanted to share what I want this week's spiritual lesson to be, and it's not so much a spiritual lesson as it is like almost like a way of living or a way of being. But I was reading E-Cubed this morning, which I've now talked about at length like throughout every single one of my vlogs. And I read this quote, and as I read it, I just felt electrified. I don't know what it was this morning about reading this book while drinking my coffee and looking out at the city. And I just was really having this moment of remembering how exciting and fun life is supposed to be. So here's the quote. I want a life that sizzles and pops and makes me laugh out loud. I want my everyday to make God belly laugh. Glad that he gave life to someone who loves the gift. I have chills all over just reading that out loud. That's the first time I've read it out loud because I was, you know, just reading it with my eyes before. But I want to explore that this week. What it means to have a sizzling, popping life that just makes you feel like every day is worth living. I just think that's a fun consideration. So given, I just want to say again, I never know how the week is going to turn out when I choose these spiritual lessons, but I also think it's fun to ruminate upon certain things and then try to use that as your focus point, right? To have a focal point like I'm going to have this week that's so fun and it's full of laughter and it's sizzling and it's popping and it's, you know, I'm making moves, I'm making flames. Like that's such a cool way to show up and live your life, right? So I hope and invite you to do it with me as I venture into this week and I take you along the journey, and that this is something that you can apply to your life and love every second of. Tonight, Alyssa is on her way over. We are ordering some fried rice and pad thai that's gluten-free from Tao. I've actually never eaten there and I've heard it's like almost like a touristy place in New York. I don't know, is that true? I don't want to like call anyone out on that. I've always wanted to go. They have about 4 gluten-free things on their menu. We're ordering 2 of them and sharing them. And we're gonna watch The Bachelorette. I actually never really watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but Alyssa's coach or past coach is on this season, and it just looks like a spicy season in general. So I just thought it'd be really fun to hang out, watch something good. You know, I know a lot of other people are probably watching it tonight too, and yeah, it'll just be a good reprieve from work because I once again had a day where I just worked in my room all day. I wake up and I have the full intention to go work at my gym. My gym has like a cafe on the 10th floor of my apartment, or to go to a co-working space, or to walk to the coffee shop across the street, and then I get started working and I don't stop. And sometimes that can be really hard on my need for social interaction. So I'm excited to hang out with Alyssa and just have like a fun, chill night. Oh yes, Alyssa has arrived.
It's here. It's here. Our Tao is here.
Got pad thai, gluten-free with chicken, and gluten-free fried rice.
This looks so good.
Oh yes.
That is green.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a healthy fried rice.
Airplay didn't work, so we've been working with this setup. It's been working for sure. This wine is literally so good. Sauvignon Blanc by Oyster Bay. We need this every time is the truth. What is happening? Oh no. Wednesday morning. You may wonder why I am still reading this book, and it's just because I take it chapter by chapter every morning. So I just read a little just so I can really soak it in, and of course I underline things that really resonate. I saw this book, so I actually just ordered it yesterday, but I really enjoy my time in the morning reading this. So this is what I'm reading today. This looks good. You know, dealing with this week's entire theme of wanting a life that sizzles and cracks and pops, sometimes it's interesting to look at the other side. And I love this quote about problems because a lot of times we are focused on things that aren't sizzling and cracking and popping in our lives, or sizzling in the wrong way. And I loved this To focus on the problem is to subconsciously cling to it, never allowing for the possibility of release. There is a difference between dealing with what you have to deal with and building a shrine to it. And it's so true that sometimes we construct our entire days, our entire hours, you know, even times that we spend with a friend if something's bothering us, we devote a shrine to our problems in those moments. Also, what are the chances that the book page number that this was on was 111? So predictable at this point. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning. I'm about to head to the Luminary, the co-working space where my best friend Rachel is working, just to dial in for a good few hours of getting some client articles done. And I'm so excited because tonight I get to actually meet my intern Cami. It's crazy because she lives in Colorado, but I've never met her. She and I met virtually, and then I brought her on as my intern, so it's our first time meeting tonight. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm feeling good after reading E Cubed this morning, because there was this whole part about how we have to decide and choose to view the world through this lens of every single person who you walk by or you meet or you interact with. You are destined to interact with them, and everything that happens to you, it was destined to happen to you for your highest good, and it's all good. And so in the spirit of this week's core theme of having a life that sizzles and cracks and pops, I'm just deciding I'm going to show up with my full energy and my full joy without expectation, and joy with being open to all the gifts that the universe can bring. And I hope that inspires you to do a bit of the same with you. With Rachie and Jenna in the back. We are. I love that we both went for it. I was just gonna say I haven't seen Rachie since Saturday, which is a long time in our book.
It was a few days ago, but any day that we don't see each other feels like forever.
I missed you.
I missed you.
What were you gonna say though?
I think I was just gonna say, like, oh, we're having a work day. She's come to hang out with me in my co-working space that she has been to before. We're particularly female entrepreneurs, so it's got like a great sassy, jazzy vibe to it.
We love sass and the jazz.
We do. If Haley has taught me anything, it's to go after it in life. So that's why I started talking.
Rach. I really taught you well.
She has.
Okay, gluten-free pizza, and I am finally united. I wanted to say reunited, but united for one, with Cami, my intern. And she got a burger. That looks, well, I'm only filming the fries, so that looks really good. I'll do some turn. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Little turn, little turn. Yay! I wish you would never leave me.
I'll just move in.
Yeah, she's gonna move in.
It's fine.
My dream intern. I walked home after dinner with Cami. It was kind of a long walk, but the weather outside was so beautiful that I just couldn't help it. It was like a 30-minute walk, which is really not like me, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't even listen to music. I just kind of took in the city, and I just felt like I was in such a good mood. And then got home and did my favorite thing ever. I filmed some TikToks. I already filmed one this morning, so I was thinking about not, but then I got a really good idea for one, just because of some things that I was reading this morning. And along the lines of living a life that sizzles and cracks and pops and does all the great things and makes God belly laugh, and the quote that we're working with right now, I found it really interesting that I stumbled across a statistic that 97% of the things that we worry about will never happen, but 80% of the thoughts that we think are negative. And I mean, obviously that's like an average, but I'm like, man, that's really not, that means only 3% of the things that we worry about come to fruition, even though the majority of our thoughts are negative. And I just had this light bulb moment of like, wow, positive thoughts are so powerful that you could be in a state of blah and worry and anxiety and dis-ease all day long. But if you take a few moments to do visualization or do meditation or get into gratitude or laugh or feel joy or love or whatever it is, that will be enough. So imagine how much you could tip the scale if you really did have full days of just absolute belly laughing joy and sizzling and cracking and popping. But my point is though, what I'm trying to say with this is just that if we could insert a few moments of radical positivity and joy into the day, how much it can even out the scale of all the negative thoughts that we are predisposed to think, right? Isn't that pretty cool? Anyways, that was what my TikTok was about. and I'm finally heading to bed now. Just feeling really good. It's good to feel good. I'm just gonna soak that in. Something I love to do is as I'm falling asleep, I do some visualizations and just get myself into a really feeling good state, because when you're sleeping at night, you're kind of soaking in the energy of exactly how you felt when you fell asleep, and it impacts how you feel when you wake up. Big hugs, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I am so sleepy, but it's like a good type of sleepy. I was up last night till 2 a.m. just working on different things. You know when you get in the mojo with something and then you can't stop? That was me last night, and I had to wake up semi-early today. I mean, I always kind of wake up early for a coaching call, which was so fun, and I'm just really hitting my afternoon lull. I might just suck it up and go get a pumpkin cold brew, because Ankita sent me a picture of hers, and now I really want a good coffee before I make a video explaining more about what the mastermind is, because there was some confusion. By some confusion, I mean I think everyone was confused exactly what I meant by certain aspects of the program, which was my bad and Mercury retrograde to a T, but still my bad. I have an opportunity to clear that up, so I'm gonna film that video later, and I think tonight I'm gonna go live with an apartment tour. Today has been the craziest day, but in the best way. I recorded a last-minute podcast episode. I just uploaded a video talking about the Big Dreams Loading Mastermind. I just feel like I've been running around all day, but it's in the best way ever. I love days when there's this much momentum, and I'm finishing out the, oh my goodness, that is not right. I'm finishing out the day by heading to get drinks and dinner at the Cathedrale. I've never been there, but I'm very excited, with Renee and Taylor. Nay and Tay. Nay, Tay, and Hey, as we call ourselves. Made some pasta, chicken sausage with gluten-free spaghetti, of course, and it is pouring rain and so cozy. I'm excited to just snuggle up and enjoy the day, maybe finish Emily in Paris. Hello, friends. This is a very odd light. It looks like I'm in an aquarium. It's been a rainy day, so maybe the light, you know, is mimicking that. And I had a good nap. I uploaded a podcast episode for next week about how to communicate with the universe. I just caught up with one of my really good friends from high school, like one of my just great friends. We've been great friends since we were 16 years old and we worked at this restaurant together, and so it was fun to get to chat with her. And I'm about to head in the rain with my little rain boots on down to Tribeca to have dinner with Alyssa and Ankita. And tonight is the new moon in Libra. You know what, as I'm saying that, I actually don't know if the new moon was sometime today. Point being though, we're gonna do some intention setting, very on brand and very, you know, things that I love to do. And it'll just be fun to get to hang out with the girls. I'll probably come back, get some reading in. I've been really into reading lately. I just got all these new books, so I was ordering them. So I'll do a book haul on here to show you the latest in spirituality and self-help that I've been reading. As you know, it's my favorite genre. I even got a fiction book, but more on that later. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna be working most of the day. I have a few calls because next week I'm gonna go to Boston. I've been really fiending for a Boston trip, and it's a safe state. New York and Massachusetts are safe states, so I'm gonna take the train over there and just spend the week in a gorgeous hotel. I'm really excited about a partnership with them, which I will be filming on here, and going to my favorite Boston restaurants and working in my favorite Boston coffee shop. So it was a fun day of planning for that. Just got my train ticket. I also just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you all. Thanks for being part of my channel, and I can't wait to share more with you. And all right, let's head over to Tribeca in this incredible Italian restaurant that I've had my eye on forever. Gluten-free pasta, holla at it. Hi. Hey guys, how's it going? We are at this amazing Italian restaurant. I already know it's amazing even though we haven't ordered even a drink yet.
We're waiting for Alyssa, and basically when you walk in, it looks really small, but then you walk up these spiral staircases into this tiny room, dim lighting.
It literally feels like I'm in Italy again.
Actually, it does kind of feel like we're in Italy. And it smells so good.
Yeah. We'll report back with the details. Want to know a life that sizzles and cracks and pops? One where you make smiley faces on your plate. It's so cute. Ankita doesn't know what pasta she got because there was a lot of issues ordering. Mercury retrograde is upon us like never before. I'm excited about mine. Mine's just spaghetti with basil. Hey friends, it is Saturday at 4 p.m. I look tired because I am tired. I I've gotten a miscellaneous work done today, but I just took a nap. I feel like I'm one of those people who just has so much going on all at the same time that my brain gets really overloaded. And so I've just been reflecting on how every week I always need like one day that's like a true lazy day. And of course I wasn't really doing that today because I was creating stuff for my YouTube. So I'm getting some stuff ready for my podcast, and I'm actually about to do a podcast interview right now, even though it's Saturday. Also, when you're doing work that you love, it doesn't even really feel like work. Like, I was thinking about the things I got done today in addition to just, you know, napping and like laying in bed most of the day too. And I was like, oh, I guess I technically was working, you know? And that is part of what it means to live a life that sizzles and cracks and pops. It means even on the days that you are really exhausted, there's at least an element to what you're doing that you wouldn't rather be doing anything else.
The sunset, oh my gosh, just takes your breath away.
Hey friends, it is Saturday evening. I just finished cooking. Sorry I didn't film this cooking with Haley segment. I straightened my hair, which I have not done since, I can't even tell you. It was probably a good year ago that I last straightened my hair, but I feel like it looks sleek. It will hold me over until I can get another blowout. And I'm about to head over to Jersey City, which is where Rachel lives. And we're just gonna have a night of, I'm calling it like a reset and a refocus. Just because I'm doing so much, which is awesome, but I also feel scattered because of it. And it's awesome to have a life that like sizzles and cracks and pops in that way, but it also is best if there's probably some focus to it. So I just kind of like want to talk some things out, make a plan for the week and make a plan for the month, and be with Rachie because I haven't seen her in a bit, and she's my best friend. So, all right.
I don't know if that's what B-roll is. We are howling with laughter at this old picture. With a Snapchat filter at Brown. Why do I look like this? There's normal Rachel. We had some good memes at Brown and we're reflecting. Oh, what was the date? September 14th, 2016. We had just met. We had literally just met. The start of it all for us.
Oh. Hello, my friends. I thought that it would be fun to do a brief makeup tutorial in the midst of this vlog because I get a lot of requests for makeup tutorials, and it's such a quick thing that I didn't really want to dedicate a whole video to it. And since this vlog is shorter anyways, voila, here we go. Oh, by the way, this is the after look. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with my blank slate. It is end of the day, Sunday, and I have not touched my makeup. I did put on a little bit of lipstick just because I was on FaceTime with Rachel and I was like, man, I look very sickly. But other than that, it's a fresh slate. Kiehl's moisturizer is my favorite. It's just so moisturizing, so I always like to put that on because I have very dry skin before I add any foundation. Yeah, Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. Now that is nice. Right, so foundation time. I use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's very easy, very light. The color that I use it in is golden beige. I used to use the Armani Silk foundation. It's like a $60 bottle, so that's for one. And I kind of thought that that would like upgrade in quality, and it's an amazing foundation, so it's like nothing against the brand, but I actually find that this Too Faced one is really comparable, and I forget how much it is, but I believe it's just around like $30 or so, like significantly more affordable and more bang for your buck. I just put it all around. Also, this Sephora brush is brush number 47. I'm pretty sure it's for a liquid foundation. I tend to just kind of mix up my brushes. I'm sure anybody who's into makeup who's watching that just cringed as I said that. Oops. Just rubbing it all around. Pretty standard, pretty simple. I always use this under eye foundation from Benefit. It's called Boing Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. Comes with vitamin E oil, which I very much like since my under eyes are usually very dry. So you just put it on like a cute little eraser. Just got a notification from my pattern app. If you guys don't have that, you really need it. I'm also noticing as I'm doing this that my nails are not done at all. And I just rub it in, and then I always put it right around my nose down in here just because there could be redness. And sometimes I'll bring it up through in the middle of my eyebrows. For the eyebrows, I will use an Anastasia pencil. It's just the brow definer. I've used the color taupe forever. I used to be much blonder than I am now. My natural color has grown out, so I'm much darker, but this color still works because it's almost like you add it on and then it turns out fine. So I'm just gonna put this on. I just fill in This is funny to use this as my mirror, but maybe it'll be better for you guys to see. Bronzer. So this bronzer is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called the Airbrush Bronzer. It's a big old guy. Looking inside, beautiful, shining back that light at you. This is just literally a random brush. I'm like all for drugstore makeup products, but I'm gonna go, I'm gonna be a fishy and then put it in. And then I want to do it on my forehead just to bring it around town. Underneath, it's funny, like you do things out of habit and you're like, oh, everybody does this. But I try to put it underneath my chin too, just to look more defining. And then to add further contour, so to speak, I like to just line my nose like a little contour thing. So I actually know that this is out of stock, but they'll have stuff like it. So it's just, this one is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick from Benefit. And I just put it along the bridge of my nose, like right here where that bone is. And then rub it in and you really can hardly tell. Yeah, so it just kind of like slims it out a little bit. Next up, I personally use a cream blush. So this one, oh, it's literally called Cream. Cream by Fenty Beauty. And the color is Cheeks Out. And I learned this trick from TikTok, but essentially you take it, just dab it a little bit, and then you put the blush on this upper cheek portion, like on your cheekbones, on kind of like the bridge of your cheekbones, and it's supposed to be like lifting on your face, which I like. That reminds me, I should show this other tip. Also, when I was getting photos done and I had a makeup artist do my makeup, seldom get my makeup done just because I've been doing my makeup since I was, you know, maybe 13, 14. I've loved it, but the times that I have gotten makeup done for like photo shoots or things that I had to have a makeup artist do, I learned really cool things, and one of them was to put bronzer right up here, and it contributes to a cool like face shape. I don't know, the optics of makeup. Already looking better, I hope. Ha! Let's do lips next. I'm just trying to see which lipstick I have over here. We'll use my Charlotte Tilbury because, again, if you're picking up on a trend here, this color is called Stoned Rose. I'm actually not going to use this color though. I don't think that's the vibe. BRB. So this is the classic Pillow Talk color. You know, it's classic and everybody talks about it just because it's just that good. Seriously, it's like the most natural looking color. Of course, we got our Fenty Gloss Bomb, one of my favorite lip glosses of all time. Very glossy. Fussy with money signs for the S's. Interesting. One of my other favorite tricks just for my cheeks, which is especially good for like filming in the light, Cookie Shimmer by Benefit. Again, I think you could probably see a trend here. Put it just up on my cheekbones, but you probably see the trend that I love Benefit and Charlotte Tilbury most. I just like, once I find a good product, I kind of stick with it. I don't really like to shake it up or like think beyond that. So this one's really good for shimmer. I also like the brand Iconic London, and I got a lot of their products over quarantine when I was like experimenting with makeup. So this is a good one too. It's just another, I'll just show you just so you can see, but it's like a cream highlighter. And this color is called Multi Glow Sundown. Woo! Also, I will say I sometimes like to go in with a lip liner just to give extra definition if I'm missing something. I can't tell. I'm probably fine. Usually like the place I miss is right here. I'm like literally almost done. Now we'll move on to eyes. So Charlotte Tilbury, duh. This is a cream eyeshadow in the color Rose Gold. I literally just stick my finger in and then I put it on the lids of my eyes. And this is like cool because it's a base, but it's also an eyeshadow, you know what I mean? So I can make this more glam if I want to and add a more dramatic color in the crease, or I can just leave it like this. Sometimes I'll just put this on if I'm like going on a walk or going to the chiropractor, just to have like an extra little color on there just for fun. If I'm gonna use an eyeshadow palette, I have multiple. Obviously I have the Naked palette by Urban Decay, a classic. I've had that one for years and years. For purposes of today, just because this is the closest thing to me, we'll do Huda Beauty's Topaz Obsessions. And this has some really pretty colors, especially for fall. So I'll just take this color at the top and then put it in my crease, just really simply. No biggie, literally just that simple. Something else that I really do like to do is take the other side of my, by the way, this is just like the brush from the Urban Decay palette. Take the little brush, get my shadow on it, and then do the under eye, the lower lash line, whatever it's called. It really does wonders, at least for my eyes, and making my eyes pop a little bit more. If I wanted to too, if I was like gonna go out and I wasn't just like filming TikToks tonight, I would take a darker color, I'll just do it for fun, and put it out here. That's a fun way to mix it up. Also, a note about the shimmer, Cookie Shimmer, I also like to just take a little bit and put it in the inner corner of my eyes. A little trick that I picked up about makeup and all of my, I would study Bobbi Brown books when I was little, etc., is to do lighter on the inner corner of your eye, and then it gets darker as you go out. But that will lead me to my liquid liner point. Again, I literally just take a standard liquid liner. This one is L'Oreal Paris Infallible Sculpt from CVS. And when I do this, I'm gonna, oh gosh, I'm gonna just have to do it and come back because this looks like a recipe for disaster. Okay, so I've completed the eyeliner. But what I was trying to say is that if you look right at, now I'm looking at the camera, but if you look right at a mirror, something that you can do, that I like to do, is you see where my pupil is? I go right above it and I'll add some extra eyeliner definition right above the pupil, just because I just think it makes your eyes look more, oh gosh, I'm going wild, alert and awake. It's just a little trick that I've done. I hope I like got the point across, even though I don't think I did it right on myself. Let's get lashy. I still actually have a lash brand. I don't wear false lashes anymore. That's been a new thing since quarantine ended. But my lash brand, if you are interested or if you're new to my channel, is called Her Big Lash. There's a gorgeous glittery box. So there's not even a lash in here, but when you open it up, it says Big Dreams, Big Visions. They're big, gorgeous faux mink lashes that just give you a lot of extra oomph. And if I was going to like a gala or something, maybe I'll wear them for Halloween. Or if I was just gonna be really, really glam, but lately, it's honestly, not to like fully get into another topic here, but ever since I went gluten-free and my face swelling went down, which I didn't know I had a gluten intolerance, but my face looks so different. I'll put up a photo here of what it looked like before. So I used to think I needed the lashes to make my eyes pop, and now I feel like I can get away with less, which I appreciate just because I'm like enjoying the natural look a little bit more now. But I would usually move into the false lash component of everything now. The funny thing is too, because I wore false lashes every day for so long, and by so long, I truly mean like every day since I started wearing them a lot my freshman year of high school, like that's how young, and then I think I started wearing them daily my senior year of high school. So I stopped using eyelash curlers. I like completely forgot about that an eyelash curler was a thing, just because I really didn't need to like pay attention to my normal lashes. And then I was at a shoot and the makeup artist was like, oh, here's an eye curler, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that actually makes a huge difference. So always make sure to do that. I just like pump it a few times and then we're good. And then the mascara that I'm crazy about right now, because I've tried so many over the years, is Charlotte Tilbury. I swear I'm not sponsored. I'm just telling you the honest truth. I'm just gonna show you what this does. This is called Pillow Talk Pump Push-Up Lashes in Super Black. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for it? It does the most brilliant job in getting the lashes. I'm like kneeling to try to show you this. I mean, you can already tell that was like one little pump. The one thing, just like as an honest review, I'll say is that at times it can be clumpy almost, just because it comes with a lot of product in it. If you follow my recommendation and you get this, try to get off the extra product, and then I'll go underneath my eye to show you. It does a really good job of combing the lashes, and all you really need is a few coats. Like I just did way more coats than I would usually do. I'm usually just like one and done, but I was having some fun showing it off, so I kept going. I'll say if you want a more natural mascara look though, I do like the Honest Beauty mascara. It comes with a lash primer, which is nice, and it's just a thinner brush. So it's also good for your lashes underneath, or whatever they're called, your lower lashes. I keep calling them like your under eyes. Well, that is basically it. I would say that the thing that I tend to do more of or add more of, I still have this old Kim Kardashian sculptor, but like sometimes I'll use the concealer just because I feel like under my eyes has always been my one area. It might just be an insecurity from all those years of having a puffy face from gluten. But whenever I'm finishing up my makeup, it feels like I'm always adding more concealer, and that's just the one thing I need. Again, I pull it back around my nose. Quick, easy, simple, especially, seriously, I can knock that one out in 8 minutes tops if I wasn't talking you through the whole thing. So I hope this helps. I'll link the products below so you can get them if there was one that spoke to you. And yes, on that note, I am going to wrap up the vlog here now that my makeup's done, to get a few TikToks done tonight. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, I will be going to the train station to go to Boston for a few days. Really excited to be back in my favorite city. Don't tell New York, but Boston is truly my favorite city. And I just wanted to reflect upon this week because I really do think, especially compared to the other vlogs, that going after the spiritual lesson of or not even the spiritual lesson, but I guess just like a way of living, of having this life that sizzles and cracks and pops and does all the glorious things. It felt like it was a week on that energy level, which was exciting. And how epic is it that you can just decide each day, I'm gonna look for the good, I'm gonna choose to be in a obnoxiously good mood no matter what comes up. I really just felt a huge rush of energy this week from that. And I was talking with Ankita on Friday night at dinner, and I was actually trying to record it, but it was so loud in that restaurant that you couldn't have heard what she said. But essentially she was telling me, because I was talking to her about how my Big Dreams Loading Mastermind is launching on November 1st, which is so soon, and just how I was kind of feeling apprehensive. I mean, any entrepreneur, when they launch something, if they tell you that they're completely confident in it, they are lying. I mean, I know the value of it, but I just really want to make sure that people show up, people care, and that they get everything that they thought they could get out of it, and that I really can change lives. And so I was just talking with her about it, and she said, well, I wanted to tell you that I actually booked a reservation for us at Scarpetta, this Italian restaurant in New York City where it's really hard to get a reservation. She's like, I got it for the week of November 6th for the two of us to celebrate. And she's like, so I want you to know it all has already worked out. We are already planning to celebrate. And I love that approach to life. Just choose to celebrate, regardless of if you know if something is going to work out. But spoiler alert, everything does work out, but sometimes, you know, in our heads we want things to work out a certain way. But choosing to be happy and to be grateful for this life, no matter what the twists and turns are, now that is powerful and that is special. So I'll just share that quote again: live a life that sizzles, cracks, and pops. Keep that moving forward, and make sure to tune in for next week's vlog because it will have some Boston content, which is super fun. Thanks, friends, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.